Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Do you guys ever wonder why Ripple is the biggest seller of XRP? Well, David Schwartz has finally come out and explained this mysterious phenomenon here. Maybe not so mysterious. This one courtesy of Ian Binns on Twitter. So Ripple CTO does explain why they are the biggest XRP sellers. He did recently come out with a tweet thread explaining this. Schwartz pointed out that Ripple is the largest holder of XRP, and the only practical alternative to selling is to continue holding it indefinitely. So if you guys caught the video I did yesterday, I'll link that up here in the top right-hand corner. I did talk a little bit about the Q1 2024 report. That provided some detailed information about XRP holdings, how much Ripple holds, so on and so forth. I mean, a lot of these reports just kind of give an outline on how the quarter has been in terms of business for Ripple. These holdings are divided into two categories, though, okay? So XRP that is immediately available in Ripple's wallet, and XRP that is locked in on-ledger escrow accounts. And so some people were asking David Schwartz this. Steve did come out saying, can you explain why Ripple are the biggest sellers of XRP, please? And David Schwartz did respond, because Ripple has the most XRP, and in practice, the only realistic alternative to selling it is to continue to hold the most XRP indefinitely. Now, that's interesting considering I wanted to bring this up too, okay? This is a tweet from, a response to this from Smoke. C. Buchow here is a little suspicious of this claim. David Schwartz did say this back in early 2023. But as I've said before, I do wish Ripple had given away more XRP while it was still close to worthless. Everything gets much harder to do as the value goes up. And guys, it's going to continue to go up as we do see more utility. Now, the original tweet from Smoke, yes, Ripple does not govern retail prices. It was never meant for retail and has been documented by Ripple themselves, because institutional and enterprise-grade partnerships are key for the main role of XRP. As Ripple becomes adopted, demand for XRP goes up. This is the main thesis here, and even Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz have corroborated that. So here we have it. The Ripple protocol is not built to interface directly with customers and businesses and does not govern retail prices. The role of XRP over time, if the Ripple protocol becomes widely adopted, demand for XRP may increase, leading to an increased price. Unlike information protocols like HTTP or SMTP, investors can directly own a stake in Ripple, the value transport layer of the internet. So the thesis is, as we've been saying from the beginning, XRP demand goes up, then XRP price goes up. Unfortunately, at this stage in the game, the companies that are using the XRP ledger for these cross-border transactions are transacting in such small amounts, and there's so much XRP available to them that it's not really affecting the price. But guys, when we get into the hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars, that's when it's really going to make a difference. So we're not seeing that right now, but we will eventually see that, dare I say, in the coming months. Now, even Brian Kelly from CNBC apparently is an XRP holder. This one from Wheezy. I don't know where he got this information, but I did a little bit of digging. Brian Kelly is also the founder of BKCM LLC, a digital currency investment firm. And 6 years ago, he did say this: Brian Kelly, Ripple needs more utility for XRP price to increase. So at that time, BKCM's Brian Kelly claimed that the price of the international payments market alone is $155 trillion. According to Kelly, it costs about $31 billion to move the entire $155 trillion strong market. And so this just talks about the Ripple ledger. At that time, a lot of people did not know how the technology did work. But he did say, just down here, for this to happen, Kelly believes that Ripple needs more utility, not only for its ledger framework, but for its tokens as well. Commenting on the issue, Kelly did say the knock on Ripple, if you are a currency investor, is that you can use the ledger without the currency XRP tokens, and that's why XRP has to have utility. So this was at a time when some people were still skeptical about whether XRP was going to be utilized in the space. Well, obviously now we do see the need for liquidity, and guys, there's going to be more need for liquidity as the use cases develop, even just for moving these stable coins. If you guys didn't catch the video I did this morning, I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. The Enbridge solution, that is going to be a biggie. That's the BIS's project, one that's going to move a lot of central bank digital currencies. Now, when you take that into consideration and what James Wallace has been doing at Ripple with their CBDC projects, and you think about how much money is trapped there in the former system, but how much of that can be unleashed using DLT technology, guys, the number is astronomical. If you guys didn't catch that video, I urge you guys to watch that. The other thing that I wanted to mention too was this, okay? Ian Binns bringing this to us. XRP ledger doubles transactions in Q1. Something that I did not mention in yesterday's video. The XRP ledger did record a 108% surge in on-chain transactions in the first quarter of 2024. The XRPL's transactions exceeded 251 million. So we are seeing transactions on the XRPL rise as well. XRPL transactions increased from roughly 121 million from the last quarter of 2023 to 251 million in the first quarter of 2024. Daily spot trading volumes on major exchanges too have risen, guys. So this is important. 40% with Binance, Bybit, and Upbit leading the pack, accounting for more than 70% of total volume. So volume definitely needs to increase in order to see more XRP utility. And again, going back to my thesis, I keep thinking this more and more. The same kind of reason why companies like Coinbase did ICO at the top of the market, right? Remember, they ICO'd literally to the day that XRP saw that inter-year high back in 2021. Because there's FOMO, there's hype, there's a buzz surrounding cryptocurrency. I think Ripple is looking to bank on the liquidity of the market in the latter half of 2024 and into 2025 before they go live, before a lot of these companies go live with real world utility on DLT technology leveraging XRP. So, these numbers are important. Also down here, it says, meanwhile, the XRPL's integration with platforms like Axelar has expanded developers' access to smart contracts and decentralized applications, connecting them to over 55 different blockchains. So guys, a lot of these connections, we can talk about them till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, it's going to be real money, real transactions flowing through at a point in time. It's good to know that these integrations are happening in the back end though, so that we know what is ready to come down the pike in the next few months. All positive news, on top of which Ripple partners like major partner Finastra has been accelerating their digital growth with another partnership with Cache Valley. So they are a community bank with $2.9 billion in assets serving Utah and Southern Idaho. And they've expanded their collaboration with the financial software provider, gaining increased flexibility and agility through the cloud-based solution. The bank will leverage Finastra's Phoenix for its core Finastra digital banking for consumer and business mobile banking, and a suite of ancillary solutions to enhance its operations and future-proof its technology stack. Cache Valley Bank expanded its relationship with Finastra to modernize their core banking infrastructure. And Cache Bank, guys, just another one of those smaller banks that realize, okay, maybe now it's time to modernize our solutions to leverage DLT technology. We know Finastra is one of those major Ripple partners. So, to tap into these big guys that already have an historic relationship with banks in the United States makes sense for these smaller banks. Instead of going with an unknown, in this case, maybe they just don't know what Ripple is. Maybe they just don't know or can't put, 100% trust into a company that they've never worked with, i.e. Ripple. So what they do is they leverage these other banking partnerships that will integrate RippleNet technology for them. This bank is enhancing its Finastra core solution while replacing its digital banking infrastructure with Finastra's robust end user engagement platform. So here we have just another example of another one of those small Midwestern banks leveraging RippleNet technology. When the bank recognized that its legacy digital banking solution could not offer the enhanced customer experience it wanted to deliver, it chose Finastra. So there you go. Flexibility. It's got new underlying technology. It's going to be positive for the ecosystem. For more than 2 decades, we have worked with Finastra to power our bank through their innovative, thoughtful, and efficient solutions. So they've already worked with Finastra for 2 decades, and so it is no surprise that they would choose them to update their core banking solutions. On top of which, we've got companies like dLocal, guys, expanding partnerships with another company called Deal to 12 new countries. So this is a little bit different, not based in the United States, but where we're also going to see more XRP adoption. dLocal, a cross-border payment platform that's already partnered with Ripple. They've historically focused on high growth markets. They announced on Thursday that they're expanding their partnership with Deal, an HR and payroll platform, to 12 new countries across Asia and the EMEA region. So the expansion follows a successful initial deployment across 19 countries. That happened in 2022, which resulted in a significant increase in payment volumes and payment delivery rate of 99.97%. So almost a perfect rate there. And here's a quote: dLocal's payment experience helped us stand apart. And this major expansion to high growth markets is a vote of confidence in the quality of that experience. This coming from Deal's COO. We've been able to expand rapidly when we were ready and on our terms. So that's the other thing, right? These companies have to be ready to do it, and they have to have the budget to do it too. I guess at the end of the day, whatever that deadline ends up being, November 2025 for a full integration into ISO 20022, I'm guessing that, some of these companies are probably waiting to the last minute to, kind of drum up funds, or maybe they don't see that it's necessary to do it beforehand. So, we're going to get a lot of this, but I think, these guys will definitely see the benefit for this, expanding into new regions like 12 new countries, as in this example. They're definitely going to be tapping into more customer needs and therefore more demand for their services. So here they are, they're providing services in Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Ghana, Jordan, Kenya, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates. So expanding the Middle East and also Southeastern Asia. Also notice this too. Additionally, dLocal will offer payout services in Brazil through the Pix project, which is also a Ripple-enabled project, an instant payment method popular in Latin America. So big news here, guys, coming out of dLocal. Now they're partnered up with Deal to expand payments across the Middle East and Southeastern Asia. 2 Ripple partnerships here that are going to expand XRP use case. Also, Bark and TerraPay, guys. So TerraPay is another Ripple partner. They just forged a strategic partnership as well. This particular collaboration aims to provide fast and secure international money transfer services. And so 2 of the founders here, they did give their opinions on this, supported by TerraPay's extensive global payment network. This agreement aligns with Bark's efforts to expand its service offering, catering to customers' needs and keeping pace with the growth of the fintech sector, both within and beyond the kingdom. So again, just another example of, similar to what Finastra is doing in the US with Cache Valley, we are seeing with other payment providers like Ripple partner TerraPay and Bark, creating an alliance to expand Middle Eastern adoption here. They talk about Saudi Arabia specifically. But guys, it's happening all over the world. I'm mentioning these partnerships here and there, but it's happening in Europe, it's happening in Africa, it's happening in South America, it's happening in Central America, Australia, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, everywhere. Everywhere we are seeing Ripple adoption, but that is the name of the game. That's been the plan from day one. And Ripple has been successful at permeating the globe with RippleNet technology. And considering XRP is that liquidity provider, liquidity is going to be of utmost importance if there is a financial crisis. I wanted to bring it back to this ICE-9 scenario, guys, that Subjective Views brought up here just the other day. Now, I've talked a little bit about ICE-9 on this channel in the past. I'll see if I can dig up an older video and link it up here in the top right-hand corner. I'm going to play you guys a clip that I know I've showed you guys on this channel a few times now of Jim Rickards, okay, and the ICE-9 scenario. But here, I'm going to frame it in a different way. Okay, this clip features John Fell. John Fell currently serves as Deputy Director General for macroprudential policy and financial stability at the European Central Bank. So he works for the ECB in policy and financial stability. He is a member of several high-level committees, including the ECB's Financial Stability Committee and the European Systemic Risk Board's Advisory Technical Committee and the Standing Committee on Assessing Vulnerabilities, which reports to the Financial Stability Board. And he also chairs the ECB, guys. So he has extensive experience in crisis management. So this clip starts with John Fell, but I wanted to show you guys the ICE-9 clip before we get into that.
Basically, they want to classify BlackRock as too big to fail. The technical term is Systemically Important Financial Institution, or SIFI. That designation normally applies to banks, such as Bank of America. If your bank gets the SIFI label, it means the government will bail you out first in a crisis. But it also means you must turn over control of your bank until the crisis subsides. In this case, they're trying to reclassify BlackRock, an asset manager, as too big to fail. If they succeed, they'll be able to freeze BlackRock when the crisis hits. BlackRock clients won't be able to sell. They won't be able to buy either. Their accounts will go dark indefinitely. And the elite operatives will take control of BlackRock's assets remotely via the internet. But our research shows that their ICE-9 plan goes much, much deeper than that.
This is where the ICE-9 analogy comes in. If you close one venue, and let's just say the New York Stock Exchange, because it's going straight down, the markets are disorderly, too much wealth is being lost, and they close the New York Stock Exchange. Those who need liquidity, those who want cash, will go to another venue. They'll start taking money out of their money market funds. Well, then, what does that mean? Well, the money market fund sponsors have to sell assets, commercial paper, treasury bills, and other instruments to meet the redemptions. So then you have to close the money market funds. So then what do people do? Well, they'll go to the banks and they'll start taking all the money out of their bank accounts and the ATMs. And then, so they'll have to close the banks and close the ATMs. And the point is, it spreads from stock exchange to money market funds to banks to other venues, the same way that the original ICE-9 would spread from a river to the ocean to the entire world. That's a danger. of this kind of spreading that you have to think about before you close the first venue. Closing the first venue won't do you any good if you're just going to go to other venues and have to close them also. So in effect, if you want to close anything, you might have to close everything, shut down the system, call a timeout, and then in some fashion reboot the system, perhaps with something like a new Bretton Woods conference or the intervention of the IMF, et cetera. So that's ICE-9 at a very high level and a very global level.
So a couple of great clips here with Jim Rickards discussing ICE-9 and how this failure could in fact affect the system. And you can't just bail out one of them. The problem is just going to spread to the next one. And so it's kind of like a chain reaction, a domino effect that is going to affect or could affect potentially the entire financial system. Now, I wanted to play you guys that clip of John Fell. Listen to this.
Then many institutions might end up relying on a limited number of AI suppliers, as you said. And with that concentration, if one major provider was confronted with a technical failure, say, or a cyber attack, that could disrupt the services of many financial institutions simultaneously. Yeah. So one could imagine a scenario where a leading AI provider's system crashes. That could then halt trading activities, affecting loan approvals, disrupting customer services across multiple banks, and causing maybe even widespread panic and financial disruption.
Yes.
AI could also create a market environment where only the largest financial institutions who can afford to make investments in AI thrive. Now, this is firms building their own AI. A concentration of power like that could lead to too big to fail scenarios, where the failure of one large institution could pose a severe risk to the entire financial system. For example, if a major bank was relying heavily on AI for trading in the financial markets and it faced a critical system failure, that could trigger a market crash.
So you see how this is problematic, okay? A trigger, same as what Jim Rickards said, a trigger that could have a domino effect. One financial market or institution fails rather, and the rest could fall like dominoes. So not just coming from Jim Rickards, but also coming from the financial stability advisor here from the ECB, John Fell. So if they do plan on leveraging RippleNet and XRP to run the financial system, could it be resistant to this? I mean, I think at its core, XRP is a liquidity provider. And since the system is decentralized, I think there's a level of security there. But is it completely resistant? Michael Branch here bringing this interesting report. Ripple's recent report highlights Professor Massimiliano Sala's call for new cryptographic systems to protect blockchain from quantum computing threats. So this is a brand new report that was just released. In an interview with Ripple, the mathematics professor at University of Trento explained that the current encryption methods might be vulnerable to quantum computers as they evolve. He emphasized the importance of developing quantum-resistant cryptographic systems. When addressing the industry's future, Sala highlighted the vulnerabilities quantum computing introduces to blockchain security. He noted that quantum computers can solve problems foundational to digital signatures, threatening blockchain performance. And here's a quote: quantum computers could easily solve problems that are foundational to digital signatures, thus potentially undermining the mechanisms that protect users' assets on blockchain platforms. Despite these concerns, he pointed out the proactive efforts within the cryptographic community to develop post-quantum cryptographic schemes aiming to secure blockchain systems against quantum attacks. So he is saying, okay, especially in the case of something that is responsible for running the entire financial system, or at least a large part of it, DLT technology. I mean, if all these companies are leveraging RippleNet, if XRP is going to be that chosen liquidity provider to move large quantities, I mean, we're assuming by the end of this, it's going to be trillions of dollars to and fro from one company to another, from one country to another. Well, that has to be quantum resistant. And so, is there a problem there? Could we, in fact, get around this ICE-9 scenario because we do have a superior system now? I happened to dig this up, okay, guys. This was from 7 years ago. And even back then, David Schwartz was confident, okay, is XRP using post-quantum cryptography signatures for its digital hash encoding? The question originally was, with Google releasing the 49-qubit chip later this year, it is now a legitimate concern for current cryptography. Has anybody thought about this? And Joel Katz did post this 7 years ago. Ripple originally offered this signature for a variety of reasons. We regulator added support for ED 25519 signatures. We don't currently support any quantum resistant signature schemes, but he did say this, guys: adding a new scheme to Ripple is quite easy and could be accomplished within 2 or 3 months if needed, faster if the need was urgent. You can change your account signature scheme without generating a new account or changing the receiving address. Accounts that use different signature schemes can seamlessly interoperate. So even at that time, David Schwartz did give a solution. Even if Ripple was not quantum resistant 7 years ago, there was a very easy solution, apparently, according to David Schwartz, that could solve for that. So, I mean, I'm assuming as the months go on and as the threats do mount, Ripple has probably already integrated this into the system. If not, it would be fairly easy to do, according to David Schwartz. So it seems to me that everything is still on track. XRP just needs to see that boost of utility for demand to go up before the price follows. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.